So I'm with Carl Orr and Andrew Lancel from the Cilla show. Carl, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Andrew,
Thanks
very much for taking time out of your schedule. Tell me, the show is an enormous success. How's Chester so far?
Chester's great. I mean, it's our most local gig to Liverpool. I think Manchester's about the same distance, and
yes.
We've been touring now since September. We opened, we experienced something in Liverpool we never thought we'd ever experience again, but thankfully we're experiencing it in Chester and pretty much every town on the something very special has been happening, and we're loving it, and it's nice to be close to home, and it's a different kind of venue for us. This is much more intimate.
I've never played Chester before. I've actually never been to Chester.
It's always a posh day out, Chester.
It's lovely. Well, my family had said they've been, but they've been without me, so I was like, well, thanks for that. So I think if later on they were like, we'll come back, but they're coming tonight.
Great, and of course you're both from Liverpool, aren't you?
Yeah.
So are you seeing family whilst you're up there?
I'm commuting. Yes, there's a few of us driving to and fro every day. So it's nice to be close to that.
Brilliant. Andrew, I know you've played Brian Epstein before, a couple of times before, I think. Have you been able to draw on that experience into this role?
Yeah, very much so. Really, I mean, it's an honour to play him again. He's complicated, and it's complicated playing him, and but you feel a responsibility to him and his sort of legacy. When I played him before, it was in plays about him.
Right.
It was called Epstein. This is called Cilla. This is about Cilla.
Of course.
And so it's snapshots of the relationship, Bobby's relationship with Brian, Cilla's relationship with Brian. It's kind of a triangle, really.
Yeah.
So you see glimpses, kind of like sort of like match of the day. You sort of see all the goals and the fouls, in a very condensed time.
Carl, you're playing Bobby. Yes. I noticed that you've not got the blonde hair tonight.
No.
What?
I know, right?
You're an imposter.
Dyed it again.
How much research have you had to do into that
Yeah,
role?
quite a fair bit, really, because I mean, this is based off the TV drama that Jeff Pope wrote, and he's written the script for this as well. I actually didn't see that a TV drama, so for me it was kind of reading a lot of books, a lot of autobiographies, Cilla's autobiography, a lot of other books that other people have wrote, just to get different perspectives. And then there's not a lot of material that actually shows him, because he was very much behind the scenes, but he adored her, he's devoted friend, businessman, lover, boyfriend, roadie, all of this in one. Like, he's such heart. So I think for me, getting that script and able to kind of invest and find the truth and find the honesty there was wonderful, and I've loved doing that. And of course we've got Robert Willis with us.
Yeah, well. I was going to ask about that. I mean, that's Cilla's son, of course. So he's endorsing the show all the way. So what?
Well, he said it was very weird because he's used to seeing his mum on stage, but he said it was very weird seeing his dad on stage.
Yeah. He was saying that given his dad a voice, and especially because of the whole musical career, and kind of him stepping aside to enable for Cilla to be the success that she was, and he adores her for that reason. But
you learned to play the guitar.
And I learned to play the guitar for this. Well, no, absolutely, that was one of the things. But I think, like him and his cousins and stuff have been to see it, and they've all said like it's fantastic seeing their own family on stage, and it's a celebration of that. Because we were saying ourselves, like, I wonder how you feel. Like, how do you feel when you see your mum, your dad, all of that, and Brian Epstein and all this, because he's been there as well throughout the whole process. He's been there, and they were just saying it's amazing, and really it's like they think we do justice. So
we had last night there was the real Pauline, who's played by Gemma Bauer, was into the person she played came to watch the show, and it was a very emotional night for her. So and I think if those guys are endorsing you,
absolutely,
we're getting away with it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I saw the show last night, as you know, and I was blown away by it. I mean, I was unsure what to expect seeing Cilla, Epstein, Bobby on stage. You've all got solo numbers, yet the delivery of those was outstanding. And I was saying to you off camera before, Andrew, that the emotion that came through from the complexities of the character that you're playing, I mean, where does that come from?
Well, like I said, you've kind of answered it really. It's the complexities of this guy who was stuck in this world that he couldn't express himself. And he was I always thought Brian was kind of worthy of a play, even if he hadn't discovered the Beatles or Cilla. And then he discovered Beatles and Cilla, so there's a lot in there. It is emotional. That song "Hide Your Love Away" was written about him.
Yes.
There was a dark side to the humour, I think, which is overlooked at times. And so it's hard. I'm glad that you felt it.
Absolutely.
It's hard to answer it, but when you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah. It was written by John Lennon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I didn't know until last night. So that's a little piece of
They had
musical history.
an interesting relationship. John was very dry, very dark.
So, Carl, can I ask you the numbers that you sing? You've got 2 solos and a duet. How does that feel? to sing?
Yeah, no, it's amazing. So they were trying to find a song. I think like in the original script there was only meant to be 1 song, and then throughout the process, throughout the rehearsal process, they were trying to figure out a duet and all of this because it kind of worked narratively with the structure. And that's what's amazing about theatre with Brian's song as well. Like in theatre, you can do these things. Use these devices and kind of portray so much subtext. And I think when it comes to the duet, for example, You've Lost That Love and Feeling, it comes at a right time in the play when they have that argument, they break away, and then it's kind of, that's the first time that you kind of get a kind of musical experience, but it kind of works.
Yeah, because it was a very complicated relationship, wasn't it? I mean, she was, I think in her early days, very starstruck, driven, and really had no time for Bobby at all. But Bobby, he's the unsung hero because he supported her all the way through that.
Both, I think all of these characters were equally ambitious, and they want, they had a kind of goal. They wanted the best for it. And I think that's what's amazing about Bobby's story is that he was just 100% for Cilla, and he was always there to support. He was completely. I mean, later on in life, you don't get to see it all, but he was a shrewd businessman as well, and he ended up being the success of Cilla's career, and she became one of the highest earning entertainers on TV.
Which is amazing. A little girl from Scotty Road.
I know, right? It's just great.
So, what's the experience been like? I mean, obviously, it's doing so well with the show. I mean, you must be absolutely delighted with the response.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, a lot of it, we should say, we're talking about Bobby and Brian, so we play, but a lot of it starts with Cara, and she's playing this force of nature every single night.
She absolutely is.
And I think, so for me personally, every single night being on stage with her and him, it's a buzz, and it never gets tired. We never get tired of it. We never get bored of it. You look forward to work with her. And you see reactions like that, whether it's in Stoke or whether it's in, this is when my mind goes blank the places we play, but wherever we play, it's happening, and so something special is happening. So, and it starts with our leading lady, I think. And the story of Cilla. And I think, without getting too heavy, the world is mad at the minute, with the White House and Brexit and all these things that are going on all over the world. This is a story about hope and dreams coming genuinely true. We're talking about a working class, penniless family whose daughter became a sensation, and then 40, 50 years later.
Absolutely.
There's a musical about that. That doesn't happen every day.
No, it doesn't. And as I said at the beginning, the honesty with which it's being done is really impressive because you are being honest with characters. There's nothing made up. And I just can't think of anybody else that should be playing these parts because it was absolutely fantastic. The energy that came through off that stage last night. Well, you saw the audience were on their feet.
I think as well that's testament to Jeff Pope's script.
Indeed.
Like itself, like it's such a strong narrative. It's beautifully written. I think as actors, like it's brilliant that he doesn't, they haven't shied away from any of the kind of the obstacles that come. It's not all plain sailing. It's like any relationship really. People argue, people get on, and that's kind of what's reflected in this show. And I think that itself is quite surprising, I think, for a lot of audiences that have come, because it's not what you expect. It's really not.
Yeah, it's not a jukebox musical.
No.
It's like you say, it comes from a great script, a great story, a real story, in very safe hands of Bill Kenwright, Bob Thompson, and the detail. Those guys were there in the thick of all this. They knew these people, and so it's a good story.
It's a great story, and it should run for a long, long time.
Well, it runs this week in Chester, and then it continues for another 6 weeks.
Yeah. That's right. You're off to Bristol next, aren't you?
Maybe.
Bristol is next, isn't it?
Bristol is next.
So if you haven't had a chance to see it in Liverpool or Chester or Manchester, Bristol is the next port of call, and then where are you off to after
Bristol,
that?
I got this now. Watch this. Bristol, Woking, week off. Nottingham's not far. Nottingham, Aylesbury, and then we finish in Norwich.
You're much better than me.
Yeah.
East Anglia. That's
A fantastic, wonderful place to finish. But also playing Aylesbury is quite special because it's the last venue that Cilla performed at.
Really?
It's the last place she did the last panto there. So that's going to be quite a special place.
Well, thank you very much indeed for taking time out of your schedule. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Hope you enjoyed the warm up.
I know that you've got
We've got to
some
go and do
vocal
that now.
warm-ups now. Good luck with the rest of the tour.
Thank you.
And it's been delightful to meet you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Thanks very much indeed.
Take care.